Good evening. We should probably talk about last week, shouldn't we? In a moment, anyway.
This is Big E from the new day. Give me that Hull Yeah. Give it to me. I need it.
So let's imagine you have had a rough week. It's been a tough week. You've had a lot going on, a lot of work to do, a lot of work with Deserto, a lot of work with the WrestleSphere. And it gets to Friday night, and you had no sleep on Thursday night, and you think to yourself, I'm a bit of a letdown for doing this, but I'm not feeling very well. So I'm going to have a day off. I'm going to take a night off and just recharge my batteries, And you do. You square it with your mates and your colleagues, your co-hosts. You go to bed and you wake up the next morning feeling refreshed. And then you discover The Rock came back last night. And you weren't live streaming SmackDown. What the hell? Out of all of the nights, the episodes of SmackDown, the shows, Dwayne Johnson decides to come back on the one that I'm not streaming. So thank you for that, Rocky. Hopefully, maybe we'll see you at WrestleMania. What a palaver. But yeah, Sassy. So Sassy's clearly better than me. Sassy's actually here. But I'm not taking another day off again. Because I swear to God, next time I take a day off, Pedro Morales will come back, or Bruno Sammartino will come back from the dead, or whoever else. So I don't dare take a day off now. Hulk Hogan might regenerate. The Undertaker might come out of retirement. Like, what next? But anyway, John Cena's back tonight, so that's cool. And do you know what? I haven't even got SmackDown open yet, so I should probably do that now, shouldn't I? While I'm talking. So yes, we've still got Cena. No Roman Reigns, I don't think, tonight. Roman Reigns is always the needle mover, isn't he, on these SmackDowns? You have to forgive me as well, guys. I'm very, very tired. I've got the world's strongest coffee, though. What are you having for dinner, Sassy? Who have we got him? Says hello, Saucy Sam. I nearly made a really rude joke then, Sassy, but I won't do it. We've got Huang in as well. Hi, Huang. Nice to see you. Who else have we got? So, Ant, I know you're in, aren't you, mate? And you're saying something about Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's been released. You are winding me up. Let's just quickly verify that. Oh, no. What the hell? I've always had it in my head that Matt Riddle is going to be one of those guys, one of them wrestlers who could like one day headline WrestleMania. He's not there yet. But why have they released Riddle? Like, surely he's a big star. Like, what's that about? Well, someone like Riddle could always go to AEW, I suppose. I imagine they'd have him. But we'll have to wait and see the circumstances of his release, first of all, I imagine, before we say anything else about that. Daniel, hello, mate. Nice to have you with us. I'm just loading SmackDown, would you believe? I still haven't done it yet. I've been waiting around for this stream for hours on end, and I've still not loaded SmackDown. There we go. Right, let's see what's going on. I imagine you guys are already watching it. One sec. Oh, dude, why have I got no power? Bear with me a moment. I'm going under the table. Ah, that's why, Jess. You've unplugged it. Half that. There you go. It's good to be prepared, isn't it? Oh. Right. So we have power. Again, I should really do this before a stream. That would be more professional. So we've got tonight for Sassy's dinner, homemade mushrooms and beef, short ribs, steak, fries, broccoli with biscuits. Oh my God, that sounds incredible. I had like some beef and blue cheese on like this pita thing, and I toasted it, and it was amazing. Doesn't sound as good as what you had though, Sassy. So who else we got in? Make yourselves known. Here we go, BT Sport. So it's still on BT Sport. Wouldn't be surprised if they'd taken it off by now. With the whole thingy deal. You know what I mean? TNT Sport thing. Right. Oh. There it is. God damn, BT Sport is crap. Cooked by my man Trevor, Sassy says. Daniel's tired. What have you been doing, Daniel? I'm tired as well. Like it killed me staying up waiting for this. Oh, doner kebab for a midnight. I could murder a doner kebab. There's a new place open near me actually, and they do like cheese sauce and stuff. So I might order one of them tomorrow night. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do when I've got the house to myself. I ain't cooking tomorrow night. Hell yeah! Right, so I've got SmackDown on. Cena is in the ring with AJ Styles, which is pretty awesome. Like their feud was quality, but it's not. It was nice to see them join forces last week. I still think Cena looks a little bit like Joe Biden these days. I don't know why I keep seeing it, but I'm this whole old man Cena thing that he's got going on. You've been to college? I remember going to college, then uni, then freedom. Oh, yes. Doner kebab wrap with chips and garlic. The question is, though, Daniel, did you have any chili sauce on it as well? Because I love loads of garlic sauce, loads of salad, and a little bit of chili sauce, just a little bit on there too. But I have to have it in naan bread. I can't have it in pita bread. I just don't get it when they put it in pita bread because I like it in a proper like naan bread wrap, and it's the best. Oh yeah, Sassy. Have you ever had a British doner kebab? But that we do them a little bit different over here. Obviously, it's Turkish cuisine, but a dirty kebab in England is just. Todd's in. Oh, hi Todd. You all right? We don't see you often on a Friday night these days, so it's nice to see you. Yeah, Daniel. Loads of garlic with a little chili sauce. I know I've got a friend in Australia who has it with a bit of barbecue as well, but I think that's just a little bit too much sauce for me. I love barbecue on chips, though. I'd have barbecue on the chips. Or would I have more garlic on the chips? Oh, see, now I want a doner kebab. Look what you've done. I could actually order one. But then I'd have to, like, open the door and all of that. No, I can't do it. Can't be bothered with that. I'm not even hungry. I'm just greedy. So you have them at the British pub. So that's weird, that's Sassy, because here, pubs don't serve them here. You've got to get them in, like, takeaway shops, like kebab shops. You know what I mean? Like, we have them on every village, every town will have 20 of them. You know, it's interesting that they do them in the British pub because in the British pubs here, we just get like traditional pub food. It depends on the place. Yeah, exactly. Have to have naan bread because then it's like, yeah. I think if you order a large in most good places, you get naan bread. If you order a small, you get this crap piece of pita bread with loads of doner meat, and it's like I like to pick it up. You know what I mean? Daniel saying last time I had a doner wrap it was 6 a.m. from a night out. Oh, I've been there, mate. Been there plenty of times. I'm defo having a doner kebab tomorrow night. I can't wait. So Solo is here with Jimmy Uso, but they're not fully on the same page yet, are they? These two. Let's not forget, it wasn't long ago they were fighting on Money in the Bank. Can't get kebabs out of my head now. It's Asuka versus Io tonight. That's going to be good. That's, to be fair, this sounds terrible. I sort of hope there's shenanigans and it goes wrong and we get it on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? No ads, no commercials. There's last night. Not last night, sorry. Last week. Apologies. It's 1 a.m. and I'm absolutely knackered. I'm all right. I'm not as bad as I was last week. What? The Rock's back tonight? Yes. Yes. Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar and the Street Profit / Hurt Business or whatever they are currently. Hassan is saying Did you enjoy your peace day yesterday? I had a week off. I had a day off last week. Yesterday I was working as hard as ever, I'm afraid. Huang is saying, I don't see Hassan. Hassan is here. Huang, I'm going to post his comment there. There you go. Did you enjoy your peace day yesterday? Hassan is here. And I'll do a poll actually in a minute, Hassan, because I know you're going to ask. And I don't mind. I'm glad you do, because I need you to remind me sometimes, to be fair. Rock versus Roman at Mania. So I'm here. Yeah, I reckon they're going to do the original plan, was to do that last time and then Cody the second night. I think they're going to have a do-over. And I think Roman's doing double duty this Mania. But I reckon Roman's beating The Rock. And then I think Cody will beat him the next night. Maybe. We'll see what happens. See where they go. Again, plans can change. Someone's saying, how are you feeling tonight? I'm better tonight. I'm way better than I was last week. Last week I was absolutely... I had one of those weeks where I'd finish work. I'd finish my... Obviously, I work from home. So when I say I finished work, all I did is I put my laptop lid down, walked the dog, went to the gym, and came home again. But we had a ton of WrestleSphere stuff to do. Same this week too. We've had loads of WrestleSphere work on. So I'd then do that. But I had that last Thursday night, I had a really bad sleep. And the problem is, if you have a really, really bad sleep on the Thursday night, I ain't going to make it to do the stream on Friday night. You see what I mean? I'm just not going to survive until 1 a.m. So that's what happened, really, which is a shame. And then the bloody Rock decided he was coming back. But anyway, he's back tonight as well. So all is not lost. And I'll just catch up with some of these comments because I've been chatting away. Will Riley's here saying, have you heard? Yeah, Anthony Nayland has just informed me of that news. And I'm actually quite upset about it. Has he just been one of the ones potted in the clear up? And if so, what a bizarre choice, unless he's causing them some hassle backstage or something. That's just a question. I'm not saying he is. I don't know. Hurt Business 2.0. Yeah. I still would have preferred the original Hurt Business, but now Shelton Benjamin's been released. I suppose that's dead, isn't it, really? I don't think you can have the original Hurt Business without the original members, in my opinion. Love the Joe Hendry interview. Thank you, Sassy. Is it up on YouTube yet? I know the article's live. I don't know if we've put the video up yet. Tell me if I'm wrong, because Don might have already done it. I was under the impression we were uploading the whole interview on Thursday. No, not Sunday. But I don't know. I have a lot going on. Daniel saying, I have cheesy chips and loads of garlic. Oh, so you're having pizza and a kebab. Oh, my Lord. Huang saying, have you heard that The Rock was on SmackDown last Friday? Oh, yeah, we know. Hurt Business 2.0 with Jade Cargill, and that's an idea. I think Jade Cargill, I think she's done everything there is to do in AEW. I think this is a great example of a homegrown AEW talent who's now owes it to herself to see what it's like on the other side of the fence. So I'm actually really looking forward to Jade Cargill coming to WWE and just seeing what's the right place for her. So you read the article, Sassy. Well, the actual interview with me chatting to him will be up on Sunday, I believe. So, and there's more to come as well. I'm going to a Impact press event at some point in October. I reckon it'll be either the day of the show that I'm at or maybe the day before. So I'll tell you guys when I know, but I'm looking forward to that. That should be good. Sassy saying, yeah, that'd be awesome having Jade Cargill in her Business 2.0. I'd love that. Joe Hendry Huang is Joe Hendry is the former digital media champion at Impact. He's currently in a tag team with You Yeah. He's the one. He's say his name and he appears as the musical entrances. He's very good. So I should really do a banner and a poll, shouldn't I? At some point. Hassan saying, I did enjoy Gran Turismo movie. I haven't watched Impact 1000 yet. I'm a week behind. So tomorrow, I'm going to catch up with all this week's AEW antics, Grand Slam, because I've not seen Grand Slam yet. And I'm going to watch Impact 1000. So I'm going to have a nice chilled out day tomorrow, catching up on me wrestling. And then week that I haven't got time to do anything else. And Hassan's seen John Wick 4 as well. Oh, man. Yeah, I think Jade Cargill versus Bianca's got to happen, doesn't it? Sassy says she loved it in Impact 1000. See, I'm really looking forward to see it. I'm sad to hear Gail Kim has been injured, has got a concussion. I've spoken to Gail Kim a few times, you see, and I think she's absolutely lovely. She moderates a lot of the chats we do. See, I'll tell you what I'm doing, Todd. I'm waiting. I want to kind of watch Grand Slam all as one piece and kind of treat it as a pay-per-view. So I deliberately didn't watch it on Thursday, because obviously I wake up in the morning and it's live. But I didn't watch it because I thought I'm going to wait for Rampage. This is because it's a double bill of Rampage, isn't it? I'm just going to kind of treat it. I might wait till Sunday and watch it all with Collision. I probably won't do that. I'll probably watch Grand Slam and watch Collision on Sunday night in bed on my iPad. And Daniel is saying, watch your wrestling while you're having your kebab, Sam. I'm way ahead of you, mate. That's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Tomorrow, I'm going to get that kebab. I might have some of the wrestling already watched by then, but yeah, that does sound like a plan, doesn't it, that? Yeah, it was a good start to finish. Look, I know all the spoilers, obviously. I know what's happened, doing what I do, working as a wrestling journalist. Unfortunately, I know I learn all this stuff sometimes before I've seen it, but it is what it is. Right, let's do that banner that I keep talking about. Got all this stuff that Dominant have left on here. What have you done? Where's the Who Wins one, man? Oh, well, so I'll make another one. Tidying up. Who wins? Oh, no. On now. Where's that? There we go. The LWO, not the NWO. This is Street Profits, isn't it? Boom. And we'll have it with a ticker. There it is. It's on. Let's do the poll. Let's do that poll. Did Anthony just go on to tell us about Matt Riddle and then he's gone? Whoa. There we go. Let's do that. I could do with a beer, actually, Daniel. I had one before, actually. Only a little one. Oh, Corona as well. I love Corona. Street Profits. Still waiting for the LWO, to turn on Rey Mysterio. It might not happen, but this is wrestling and we're conditioned for betrayal. So I shouldn't laugh, but Ray's little slide out the ring then was actually quite funny. Sorry, Rey Mysterio. Wasn't quite Titus World slide, but it was good. Remember that? That was brilliant. 11 comments while I've been doing that. Oh my God, let's catch up. Right, with a couple of beers. Daniel, you know me well. That's exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow. She'll complain. My wife will tell me off. She'll be like, what do you mean you're having a kebab? We've just done a big food shop. We've just gone into the supermarket and spent like 150 quid and you're ordering a kebab. Yeah, I am, because it's Grand Slam. And you drunk beer, Daniel? Wang saying, he probably has tonight, haven't you? You're having a kebab. No one has a kebab sober, do they? I could murder a bit. So Hassan's saying, are you going to watch AW Rampage and Grand Slam tonight? No, mate. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch SmackDown tonight with you guys. I'm going to go to bed and probably sleep for about 10 hours. Then I'm going to get up in the morning. I'll probably walk the dogs, go to the gym, come back, and then I'll lie down on the couch, covered in dogs, and catch up on the wrestling. That's probably when I'll watch Grand Slam. And Impact 1000 as well. They're the two things I'm really looking forward to watching as well. I felt a bit embarrassed all week about doing SmackDown because of last week. So I've been like, but if The Rock appears tonight, I'll feel a bit better. And so far, we're doing good numbers. So, and I'm going to put that down to The Rock, not me. And Daniel talking about drinking Corona. I love Corona. It's a really nice, it's a good sitting in the sun beer. Although, guys, I think for the English people here, I think sitting in the sun is over now, isn't it? Looking at this week's weather. How have we gone as well from like a heat wave, like a ridiculous heat wave, to this in like 2 weeks? It's mad, isn't it? There's nowhere like England in the world, guys. I promise you now. England used to be somewhere you could rely on for just a boring temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, just boring. Now it's like all over the place. And hello, Carwell Gomez. Thanks for joining us via Facebook. It's actually saying, I love dark beers. Having a coffee stout right now. Yeah. See, I love coffee liqueurs. Sassy, I love like coffee liqueur cocktails. So like your amaretto, Bailey's, like Irish cream. So it's like a cream in whiskey with like coffee liqueur, like a Kahlua. I love that type of stuff. Oh, yes. Turns out, right. Now I can only do this if I've already done all my press work with Impact. But there is a botanist cocktail bar, like a 2-minute walk from where the show is happening in Coventry. So we're probably going to go in there and have a ton of cocktails before we go and watch some wrestling. It's going to be ace. I can't wait. Unless I've got to work, then I can't do that. But I'm hoping to have already done all the press stuff before that. And Montez Ford just took out Rey Mysterio. Wow. Rum and Coke if you're feeling cheeky. See, I like rum and I like Coke, but I'm not a massive fan of them together. I don't know. Vodka Red Bull. I'm a vodka Red Bull kind of guy. Huang says she likes Heineken, Budweiser, and Corona. The three I like too. Please be sure Too Hot light button for Sam is awesome. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Sam is awesome. Thank you so much, Sassy. I'll do my best. Do you know that the COVID pandemic still goes on? It sure does. Get vaccinated, guys. Stay safe. And if you get COVID, try and stay in the house. Get rid of it and don't pass it to anybody you love. That's the best way of dealing with COVID. COVID is probably here to stay, but we can, with medical science and common sense, I reckon we can manage it now. Let's make sure we just protect the people who are most vulnerable to it. Like, people are cancer survivors, for example, the elderly, anyone like that, because it's still very, very dangerous. And let's not forget, it played a role in the loss of Bray Wyatt. So if I could say the F word on the stream without getting demonetized, I'd say F COVID. And F anyone who trivializes it as well, because it's, it took something very important from us. And I think for me, that'll always be the thing that defines COVID now. It'll be that, but anyway, let's talk about cheerier things. Yeah, don't say this weather's been ridiculous. I know, I don't know if you're too young to remember, Daniel, but when I was a kid, it was the British weather was just reliably crap and boring. Where now, I don't know whether I'm leaving the house in just a t-shirt or am I dressing for the Arctic. I don't know what to do. Let me see what's going on here. Sam, try Guinness coffee and chocolate. Yeah, I think I've had it before. I think I've had it a few times in different places. Again, we love Guinness over here. It's a favourite. But I'm one of these weirdos. I'm a philistine. I like Guinness from a can, where I'm not that bothered about having it freshly poured, but I love it from a can, like some kind of chav. I don't know what's wrong with me. You can take the guy out of Blackpool. I don't like rain or thunderstorms or hurricanes. So we don't really have hurricanes and tornadoes here, but we have some badass blizzards sometimes, and we have some thunderstorms for the ages. I love a thunderstorm. You know, when you're in bed or you're comfy, you know, lights are off, you cuddle in your animals, and it's just going wow outside. I love that. My dogs hate it, but I love it. I am going to get this coffee down though before I fall asleep. Is this good entertainment, just seeing me chug a coffee? I got this cup, by the way, this mug. I got this from Wales when Jess and I were kind of exploring different parts of Wales. It was a Clash at the Castle weekend. And so we did a little bit of a trek around a load of other places, like Ludlow. Went to Ludlow, and we went to Barry Island. Then we went to Cardiff. That was an awesome weekend. Didn't do any work. Dom did all the work, and I just got drunk. Awesome. That's how it should be. Sorry, Dom. Red wine and Coke is a good combo. Daniel, oh my God, no. If I did that, my mum would disown me. I can't do that. I like red wine. I don't think I could ever put anything in it. I don't know. Couldn't do that. Let's get rid of this cup. Put it there. Have you drink any beer, Sam Smith? I actually had some stubbies tonight, Huang. Rey Mysterio just killed Montez Ford. I had a couple of little stubbies tonight, like little European beers. I don't know what they're called, but they were nice. They're from Aldi, which is a supermarket. Oh, Lashley's killing Ray. Ouch. But yeah, I often have them in. I sometimes have them on stream, but I think I've run out now. So I have to buy more tomorrow. I try not to drink too much at home if I'm on my own or doing this. If I go to the pub, the gloves come off. But if I'm at home, I'll do it if I'm watching a pay-per-view. Like tomorrow, I might have a couple. You know what I mean? Friday night, Saturday night. But I try to avoid doing it in the week if I can. Let's catch up some of these comments. Yeah, exactly. Don't know whether to take your coat or go without it. It's like every time I walk the dogs, like I think I've walked the dogs in the same day, like dressed with a hoodie and a gilet on, and then hours earlier or hours later, I'm just in a t-shirt. It's like, what the hell? Anyway, do you remember the Beast from the East, Sam? Yeah, I do. I also remember they called a pay-per-view that WWE referred to the show they did with Brock in Japan, didn't they? As the Beast in the East. But yeah, that was a nightmare. That wasn't that long ago, was it? Was it like 4 or 5 years ago? I think I lived in my old house when that struck us. I love to drink flavoured water. Poland Spring. See, I like a cup of tea, Juan. That's one of my favourite things to ever have. Hurricane Lee still going on, is it? Ugh. We only ever get the after effects of the US hurricanes. Like, it comes over on the jet stream across the Atlantic and then batters us for a few days. And then it's never as bad as you guys get it, obviously, because it's, you know, kind of eased off coming over. But it's sometimes we get the after effects, we get the ripples, and that's bad enough, like fences flying off and stuff. Oh, this is last Friday when the Rock turned up. It's not now. Do you know what, though? In a bit, I'm just going to go get a can of Coke in a bit. I've just had that coffee, so I'm not going to do it yet. Don't really win all night. See, I like cider. I mean, on a hot day, sometimes, like a really hot day, I'm partial to a dirty pint of Strongbow. Bobby's not happy. Well, that's kind of his gimmick, isn't it? To glower. See, this is the Rock segment, right? I know a lot of people loved it. It made me jump up and down and get excited as well. But it was all pantomime, wasn't it? You know. Is it? I think my only criticism would be: is it going to go anywhere, or is it just a fun fan pleaser? I suppose if that's what it is, that's fine. But I'm kind of hoping it goes somewhere important. He's not. He's still a big dude, isn't he, The Rock? But he has lost a bit of size. The Rock and Austin in the ring together. I'm so surprised The Rock comes back to SmackDown. Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't mind. Like, we heard he was in the building. I heard like the rumblings before I went to bed, but I didn't take it seriously enough to like soldier on and do the stream, and I probably should have. But I don't think I would have made it. I think like even if I'd started it, it would have got to this point, and I would have had to go. And what I'd rather cancel the stream, tell you all I'm doing that, than turn up and then bugger off. You know what I mean? I'd rather just like then if you guys are planning on sitting down and chilling out and watching, like you can make other plans, can't you? Then that's what I'm just thinking. Trying to be considerate. Do you remember your drink cider at a house party from school, Sam? I've always been a beer guy. I think even like at house parties when I was a kid, I was always a beer guy. I think beer and I was meant to be. Where is this house? I think he's talking about house parties you go to when you're a teenager, Wang, as opposed to any current house party. I'm fairly confident if I turned up to one of Daniel's house parties, they'd be like, "Who invited Grandad?" Austin Theory, is he kicking off at the commentators? He's looking massive, actually, Theory. I don't think I've worn a jumper, on stream since last winter. So that tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? That is getting cold again in here. Turn my central heating on. Here's a boring thing to say. Turn my central heating on for the first time this year. Start costing money. Oh, sassy. That's so southern. Daniel, we drank moonshine at house parties. My aunt would soak it in peaches. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I've never drank moonshine. See, moonshine is that thing like you see Cletus drinking on The Simpsons out of like a jug. I'd love to. I don't like. What does it actually taste like? It's actually, or is there like different types? You know what I mean? I feel like it's the sort of thing that would blow my head off. I do have a bottle of 70% alcohol absinthe in the house, though. I do have that. I remember I had a house party years ago when I moved out and I lived alone. I had a bit of a housewarming, and one of my mates turns up with like his nephew, and his nephew's has a bottle of rosé, and I'm like, "We've got a bottle of rosé for," you know what I mean? And he goes, "Oh, it's going to get me drunk." I said, "You want to get drunk? Come have a drink of that." And he didn't realize what absinthe was, so he took a full shot of it, not realizing it's not something you take a shot of; it's something you dilute or you mix. And I was like, "You mad, you idiot! What are you doing? You don't drink that stuff straight. That stuff will make you trip balls." Vincent van Gogh chopped his ear off after drinking that stuff. I think all the heroin he probably took as well didn't help. I don't like the Austin Theory talks to Michael Cole. Good, because he's doing his job. He's deliberately being a dick. I'm allowed to say dick, aren't I, YouTube? Because I just did. Are we all right with that? Do not demonetize me for saying that, please. I won't be very happy. So it tastes like peachy vodka on a slow burn. See, I don't get behind that. I kind of like flavored vodka. you can, yeah, because you mix it in so many different things. Telling your parents you'd be home at midnight and turn up at 6 a.m. Been there. So once you move out, you're safe. You just do what you want, man. But yeah, that was me. They used to say to me, obviously, I'm a married man now, and I don't know, and I wouldn't know what else to do now. But they used to say to me back in the day, "You're only allowed to bring someone home if it's your girlfriend and if you're serious about them." And I'd be like, so I'd have to be like, "All right, this is my girlfriend this week, mum." That wore thin though. She soon saw through that. Hi, Huang. I don't think he has. So let's stop shouting at Daniel for no reason. Yeah, no more comments like that, please. Blueberry moonshine rules. Oh, see, why has everyone got all the best drinks? I want some blueberry moonshine or peaches moonshine. My grandfather used to make liquor for the mob. So was that? Because I know Sassy. I know you're. I don't want to offend you here. Late 50s. Am I correct? And if that's the case, your grandfather presumably would have been around for Prohibition. Tell me if I'm wrong, or if I've been a cheeky prick. Do feel free to tell me. Yes, right. Oh, good. There you go. Good. I got it right. And maybe The Rock shows up at the beginning of October to shut Theory up again. See, I'm hoping he turns up tonight. Devin. Is it Devin? Am I getting that right? Tell me if I'm not. Thank you for joining us. Always love to have nice to have people in. So that's crazy, Sassy. So that was during Prohibition. Is that the stupid? That must be the stupidest decision in American history. And no disrespect to our American friends here, there have been some clangers. We've had our own. We're the country that did Brexit, for God's sake. We can't lecture anybody on stupid things. But I mean, imagine banning alcohol. I get the idealism behind it, but that's not gonna work. It'd be like banning sex. Right, you better not do it. You better not do it. We're gonna do it. Or banning chocolate. You know what I mean? I understand alcohol causes a lot of problems for society, but the majority of people drink it responsibly and don't make fools out of themselves. Or if we do, it's very, very rare. You know, there are worse things in society than that, I think. And it's true. Like, you criminalize something like that, and all you do is push it underground and create more crime. That's all you do. We know that though now, don't we? No, we have more than that. Got to get creative. I like whiskey as well. I've got some awesome whiskey glasses actually last Christmas. I got them for being my friend's usher at his wedding, and I'm oh man, I can't wait till I haven't even used them yet. But I can't wait to. They came in a gorgeous case as well. Have I got them up there? Are they up there? I don't know what I've done with them. They're around. I think they're in the kitchen actually. My wife's probably put them somewhere safe. Everyone liked the video. Yes, please. Oh, you know what, Todd? Yeah, you've got me there, mate. I mean, you win with that one. That is probably stupider than our thing. Yeah. No disrespect to anybody who voted for him, but I mean, at this point, it's a cult, isn't it? At this point, it is a cult. I personally hope he goes to prison, but I don't have much right to comment. I don't live there, but I do turn up there a lot. So, you know. Exactly, Sassy. Yeah, all it did is it made people mix their own and cock it up. Yeah, daft. They did that in the UK, there'd be a civil war. I promise you there would be. Surprised it wasn't in America. And The Rock shows up again, so it's going to be Austin Theory SmackDown. I don't know. That's the thing about wrestling. It's not real. You tried absinthe 3 days ago. I hope you had it watered down. Because I think you meant to have it as a mixer or have it watered down. There are special ways to have it, aren't there? You can there's like a proper way to drink absinthe. It's a kind of there's a certain style to it. You don't just stick it in a glass and neck it. You'll blow your head off. I've decided though, guys, we're not going to mention that man's name again on this stream. We don't want insurrectionists on this stream. Let's hope he doesn't get what he wants and the good guys win, or the lesser of two evils at least. And trust us, we're in a similar boat. Exactly. We had that bloody buffoon. We got very political on this one, aren't we? We had that bloated buffoon as our prime minister, and people actually voted for him. Like, what on earth? We'll see what happens. And so I said, give me honey bourbon and ginger brandy. Oh, hell yeah. So all I want now is booze and a kebab. Look what you've made me do. Who do you think is more better in SmackDown, Sam? The Rock or Austin Theory? Well, Austin Theory, because he's an actual working member of the roster, He actually turns up to work every week. The Rock is here to, make people happy for a couple of weeks because there's a writer's strike on and no one's making movies. I had it with Fanta and a shot of it. Oh, okay, well, that could work, yeah. Because it's like aniseed, isn't it, absinthe? So I've always figured it'd be good with, tonic water or something. That bottle, to be fair, I've only ever opened it a couple of times. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to get barbecue cheesy chips, like barbecue sauce and cheese drenched on the chips. And then I'm going to get the kebab, a little bit of chili sauce, tons of mayo, tons of salad. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. If this ended at 2 a.m., I'd probably... Oh, no, I think most of the kebab shops shut, don't they, about 2? Another one's near me, do. Drinking brandy for you, Sam. No cigar tonight. I have bronchitis. Oh! So my wife hates it if I smoke a cigar. And I only smoke one a year, like a special occasion at a wedding or something. She hates it when I do that. Because I don't smoke cigarettes. It's just not for me. And, weed is still illegal in the UK, so can't smoke that. Well, not legally. It's only a matter of time. As soon as the left-wing government get in, as soon as the Labour Party get in, it'll soon be legalised. It's only a matter of time now, But, yeah, cigars, I have them on a special occasion. I've got friends in Mexico. They sometimes bring me massive ones, massive cigars back. And I smoke and I save them for a really rainy day and then have one. Have we got a match? Yeah, we do. We've got Asuka versus Io, don't we? Hassan, so I'll do that in a minute. I'll quickly make the banner. Nope. Great random Grayson Waller pop up. Let's just do the vote. Itchy nose. Where's the last poll gone? Well, that's weird. Okay. So it's not letting me do a poll, guys. I don't know why that is. Oh, there we go. Learn how to use a computer, Sam. There we go. Street Profits won that by a significant margin. Poll, I mean. Io versus Asuka. I'm surprised Misfit's not joined us tonight yet. I thought he'd be very excited by this match. There we go. Vote is up. Let me just catch up with some comments. Wang saying, I have to say The Rock is way better. Well, obviously, the Rock's like a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He's one of they call him the Great One for a reason. He's going to go down in history as one of the greatest of all time. I'm making weird pigeon noises. KFC for breakfast? What? Mate, you're going to need to get to the gym tomorrow. Flipping heck. KFC for breakfast and a kebab tonight. I'd be like rolling around on the couch like, oh no, my insides. I'd still do it though. Sam Smith as WWE champion, which is should it or shouldn't it be Sam? It should be me. I need to learn how to be a wrestler though first. I think I'm a bit old for that now. I don't think anybody becomes a wrestler at 35, do they? Going 36 in a few weeks. Oh, actually, to be fair, yeah, if I've got cold pizza or KFC from the night before, I'll have curry or Chinese food. I'll always warm it up, but if you get a takeaway and you've got some left, definitely have it for breakfast. My wife won't ever do that, but I will. If I've got pizza, I am gonna heat it up. I don't have it cold. I heat it up. I won't heat up KFC for obvious reasons, but if there's like curry or Chinese food from the night before, oh hell yeah. Asuka is facing Io Sky, the women's champion. Yeah, KFC's the best, isn't it? I love KFC. Got one that quite close to my house now. I need to leave the village and drive to the next village and then to like the motorway junction. But oh yeah, it's nice having it 5 minutes away. So Asuka, I think Io Sky is retaining Huang because I think it's a bit too soon to take it off her. I think they need to get Asuka out of the rematch contention. I think is the plan here. But they might need to further the story. Hasn't been any division between Io and Bailey for a while. I don't know if they've abandoned that story. Oh, of course, you do your boxing. It's all about the card. Yeah, I suppose boxing's great cardio, actually. I love to eat fried chicken and mashed potatoes and coleslaw. Oh, yeah. See, I'd have to have mashed potato hot. I couldn't have that cold. That'd be gross. Paul Heyman has some amazing ties. He's a very bold tie wearer. A cold kebab. I've done it before, but I feel like kebabs don't translate well the next morning. Not like KFC. You can do the next morning. The chicken's very different, isn't it, when it's cold? It's been in the fridge. Not as crunchy, but it's still good. See, I want KFC now. I feel like kebabs are just a great idea when you've had a drink and you're hungry, but like after that, like I used to do it. I used to reheat kebabs. I don't think I'd do that now though. Paul Haim's such a blabbermouth. Do you guys have Popeyes much better than KFC? I think we do. Just it's not very. What's the word? It's not very like well known, or there's not much. Like KFC is easily the dominant brand when it comes to chicken. I think I might be wrong. I know what Popeyes is because I've been to America so many times, and I watch WWE and they sponsor it sometimes. But yeah, I think we have it over here, just sparingly. I think we might have it in like London, Manchester, Edinburgh, places like that. But you're not going to, like where I am, rural Northwest, unlikely. I was thinking that as well then, Todd. I was like, I mean, can these two women just not have their match without any Becky Lynch's or Charlotte Flairs? KFC gravy is the absolute best, isn't it? Red salt as well. like American chip spice from Hull. Yeah, she's just saying one's better. KFC is better than Popeye, or Popeyes is better than KFC, aren't you, Sassy? And I think you hit the nail on the head there, Sassy. Yeah, we don't. Vince does. Some reports, though, suggest Endeavour aren't, exactly happy about having Vince where he is. But then why put him in that position? I don't know. I think it does make sense to have him there as a transitional person. But again, can he really go forever now, especially with those allegations hanging over him? It's one of them. I've done that before, Daniel. Although I actually kind of like McDonald's chicken nuggets like a lot as well. I think they're amazing. Oh, why are we talking about fast food and beer tonight? I'm like, it's all I want now. Ask her this is IO. I've been looking forward to this. Surely this ends in shenanigans, though. Commercial break, shenanigans. See you again at the pay-per-view. That's how WWE TV works, isn't it? Bailey's whispering to Dakota. Yeah. That is the thing. I feel bad. I feel like they don't help Charlotte. I think like Charlotte is an amazing wrestler. She's an amazing athlete. She's born to do this. Like, not just because of who her dad is, but she's just perfect for it. But it's like they keep putting her in these positions that don't benefit her and her detractors, which I can sometimes be one of. All it does is fan the flames rather than give her something to get her teeth into. It often feels like she's injected into stuff rather than naturally being involved in stuff. You know what I mean? And I actually feel like some people don't feel like she deserves anything. I actually feel like she deserves better than that. And that's part of my frustration. Find something organic for her. Don't just force her into every other angle that doesn't need her. They did it with Roman Reigns back in the day as well. Before they realized the best way to book Roman Reigns, which is what they're doing right now. To catch up with some comments. Yeah, no need for Flair at all. I reserve the right to see where they're going with it, but right now I'm certainly of that view. It's been good talking to you. Go to sleep now. Love you all. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Get some sleep. Go to the gym tomorrow. Work off all that food. I'm going to go and burn some calories for you. And then I'm going to put them all on again when I have that kebab. I don't think WWE know what's going on with Charlotte Flair either, Juan. I feel like they're trying to find a good story for her, but injecting her into somebody else's story isn't the way to do it. I suppose Io's got the title. Charlotte wants the title. So that's why she's out, I suppose. Like, you could just say that. But surely there's a story they could be telling that leads to that, That's the writer in me. I'm not bloody surprised. Garlic sauce as well, mate. You're going to suffer. Oh, yeah. Kebabs and garlic sauce. And the first time I had garlic sauce on a kebab, it was like a holy revelation. Oh my God, Todd. Yes. Like, now that'll be a fight. Like, if they actually let them proper fight and proper build it up, don't let them near each other as well. Like, have them cut their scathing promos to each other. Let them just be on an equal footing, just two absolute Amazons. And then have a pay-per-view. And just, do you remember it was like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg? And they just kind of stood there snarling at each other before they actually went for it. Like that. Make them the Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. That'd be great. Because one of them, if you think about it. Oh, yeah, like both Asuka and Io Sky are both impervious to a bad match. So put them together and they are going to make sweet music. But it needs to be on a pay-per-view. TV matches with distractions and commercials, it doesn't work. Like, TV is for selling a pay-per-view and for soap opera stuff. The matches are like, unless you're in the live crowd, the matches are arguably, sometimes a bit pointless on TV, aren't they? Really. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. What are you gonna do? I prefer Shayna and Jade, but yeah, well, I'd like to see both. In all honesty. See, Daniel, I'd say it's like doing it for the second time when all the awkwardness is out of the way. The second time, like, right, I know what I'm doing now. I can crack on and enjoy it. First time's like, I have apologies. Oh, wasn't meant to go there. Anyway, moving swiftly on. What are your thoughts on Judgment Day, Sam? I think they're awesome. I wasn't a massive fan at first. I kind of enjoyed the Edge version of them with him sat on the throne and all the vampire-y stuff. I kind of enjoyed that. But I thought it was a bit hokey back then, when now I actually feel like they're supplanting the bloodline. And it's only a matter of time before Roman Reigns does something about that. So I like the idea of some kind of clan warfare between the two of them. I know they've been on the same page a few times, but now that Finn Balor is making a play for Roman Reigns' troops, I'd love to see Balor versus Roman again. And also, Balor's match versus Roman ended in absolute farce with the rope breaking. So I do think Balor needs to get another crack at Roman at some point. I don't think he should win it, but I do think he should have another crack at him before Mania. Because they are positioning Balor to be one of the big supervillains of the company, aren't they? Overexposed. Is that Judgment Day, Sassy? I know what you mean, if that's the case. They seem to be involved in everything, but I don't know if that's because WWE are just doing a better job of their storytelling at the moment, in the sense of like I think Raw was great this week because there was lots of different storylines mingled into one. Because what I've hated about WWE over the years is they have that person's feuding with that person, then the separation, then that person's feuding with that person. I like it when feuds are multi-layered. AEW are pretty good at doing that, but they forget who's feuding with who sometimes, and things just don't go anywhere. So, but at least like at the moment, it feels like the whole Drew McIntyre thing was a reference back to him being mad at Jey Uso for the, Clash at the Castle stuff over a year ago. So you've got that story, you've got the Kevin Owens and the Uso story, the Sammy and Kevin, Sammy and Jey, the Bloodline are involved in it, the Judgment Day are involved in it. So there's so many the whole Cody Rhodes elevation, all that going on. So I'm loving that. And I like that lots of different people are involved because it helps. As long as it's a good story and everything makes sense, it's good. So I'm really high on that stuff at the moment. And I think WWE should keep doing it. Because I feel like in the past, they've not trusted us with that type of storytelling. They've not trusted the audience with it. And WWE is at its best when it does that. It did it back in the day. You remember when they had those like big multi-man matches of Strowman, Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Balor, Rollins, and they had all that going on. Everybody was kind of involved together. Before Raw went a bit rubbish for a year or two. I think it was great in like 2016, 2017, and then like 2018, 2019, it was like, meh. So I like that it's going back to that more complicated, trusting the audience approach. It's Triple H all over it. Hi, Luis. The match I'm looking forward to tonight is John Cena and AJ Styles against Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Me too. I think that'd be awesome. I can't wait. Let's be honest, Todd, at this point, like, it's just Jade against everyone, isn't it, really? That's what we kind of want to see. And it's great as well, because I think when Jade started out, she wasn't very good. Like, great character work, looks $1 million, But she was a bit stiff, like worked a bit stiff. She wasn't very natural. But I think out of all of the people in wrestling I can think of, I think Jade Cargill, in the past few years, from before the pandemic to now, Jade Cargill is probably the most improved wrestler. She's now the whole package, and that's awesome. Because it hardly ever happens. So I'm really, really pleased. I can't really fault her anymore. Well, back in the day, I did. Remember the whole Shaq thing? That just didn't work. Do you think McDonald's would think? Oh, I saw McDonald's when I saw that Huang. That's how bad hungry Daniels made me. Do you think McDonough would fit in Judgment Day, Sam? Yeah, I think he would, but I can't help thinking, Huang, there's a swerve, a twist in this story coming at some point. I don't know what, but, I can't help thinking. Oh, Sassy, I'm a bit worried about Karrion Kross with what's going on right now in the office. So I'm kind of hoping he survives it. Dom compared me to Karrion Kross this week. Because before I had my hair cut, he was like, your hair looks Karrion Kross-esque. And then 24 hours later, I had it shaved off. I prefer it when it's longer, but it's easier in the gym and easier to just dry and stuff when it's short. My mum and my wife prefer it when I've got longer hair. Everybody I know thinks I look crap with short hair. The length of my hair was when I interviewed Joe Hendry. Dom was referring to. I should have just took the compliment, shouldn't I? I think John Cena, AJ Styles should be the main event. Oh yeah, I think it is. Who do you think should be let out of the Judgment Day? I don't think they're going to let anybody out because I was of the view that they'd either the squeaky chair. Balor would either kick out Priest or Priest would kick out Balor. I was of the impression that that's where that was going. But I don't know if that story has ended with them being back on the same page. Because they all seem quite high on JD McDonough now, don't they? So I think there's got to be a swerve, but I think they'd be mad to break up Judgment Day at the moment because they're moving so much merch. They're so over. I think they're more likely to keep them around, keep them together for a bit longer, and have try and turn them into the next iteration of the Bloodline. I think that's what they want to do because this Bloodline stuff can't go on forever, where the Judgment Day stuff is just getting good. So they've got to think long term, don't they? Keep dropping Karrion story. Yeah, I don't get what's going on as well. How do you mess up Karrion Kross? Yeah. They should have just kept him in the title picture. Have him go after Reigns. I know they're both heels, but just have him go after Reigns. Have him next time Reigns comes out, have him do the hourglass thing again. Restart that. Just have a match between them at some point. Have Roman win, but make Karrion look like a real force to be reckoned with. That's what you got to do. McIntyre in Judgment Day. See, I don't want to see McIntyre be a heel for a long time. I kind of want him to have a successful title reign as a babyface, and he's so much more endearing, I think, as a babyface. He's so much funnier. His one-liners are funny and stuff like that. So I like Drew as a badass babyface. He's what a babyface is supposed to be, as opposed to an shucks, I'm just happy to be here babyface like Cody Rhodes, which is what we're used to. No disrespect to Cody, but I prefer the edgier babyfaces. That's just me, Stone Cold. Finn Balor is still my favorite wrestler. I'm not sure Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, Balor's one of my favorites. I think Balor has been criminally underrated in his time in WWE. I'm glad he's getting some recognition now, but he needs to hold the big one at some point. He needs to, for a decent amount of time as well. I'm not going to be happy until that happens. Well, that's again, Huang. If you hate Dominic Mysterio, then he's doing his job. That's the thing, isn't it, with wrestling? I'm looking forward to watching this match back without commercial breaks. You know what I mean? Takes me out of it. Dom said to me at All In, he goes, "You're so fixated." He goes, "Like, I've never seen you staring so like fixated at the wrestling." And I'm like looking at some of the crowd now, and I'm like, "My God, is that what I look like?" I agree with Sam about Finn. Yeah, it's just I feel like he's always a step away from greatness, and I feel like they need to give him his time, but it's not going to happen while Vince is there. Triple H loves him, you know. Triple H is thinking, "Are you the next Seth Rollins?" You know, and he could be. It's why him and Rollins are destined to fight forever as well, which is great. One could be Batman, one could be the Joker, and then they can flip that around. You know, they do seem to be connected, those two. Edgier baby faces work better. They should bring back League of Nations, but as faces. Do you reckon? Yeah, maybe. Will that translate as well in modern WWE? And they always have the foreign guy be the heel, don't they? Like, you know, such a tired trope. Although, like, speaking, like, Miro springs to mind, Rusev. But speaking of, like, Miro in AW at the moment, I'm fascinated by him. Absolutely fascinated. I never really took to him as a Rusev, but this Miro thing, I'm really down with that. The only thing is, I like the fans chanted the word "do Dominic." See, I love this whole every time Dominic tries to talk, they boo him out of the building thing. I think it's brilliant. Yes, Wang, they are good mates in real life. They've trained together. When Edge was recovering from his bad injury, Sheamus helped him with it. So that story you saw between them both was actually, you know, it was imitating real life. It's something that happened. It's why they had that match, that friendly match together before Edge left. We don't know what's going on with that with Edge at the moment. He might turn up somewhere else. A lot of people thought he'd turn up at All In, and he didn't. So maybe the guy's just with his family where he belongs, you know. But I don't think we've seen the last of Adam Copeland wrestling. Or maybe we have, and this is that's what he wanted to do, just go out on his own terms, like Daniel Bryan's planning, or Bryan Danielson's planning on doing next year. Sometimes it's about just putting your full stop on it and not having nature or circumstance do it for you. This match has had quite a lot of TV time. I think to be fair, it's only fair, isn't it, for both performers? Yeah, it is quite a sweet relationship, and McIntyre and Sheamus are good mates in real life as well. I think was it Sheamus's wedding? McIntyre was one of his groomsmen. Could have been the other way around, but I thought that was quite sweet when they put the pictures of it on social media. See, the reports I've heard, Huang. Oh, blimey, Bailey's dead. Sean just took her out. Oh, no, took out Asuka. Nice. Shenanigans. Although we've had the match, no one can say they haven't given us a good match. And it's all over. Yeah. Word is he is, but nothing's confirmed as of yet. So we'll see. I'd be surprised if we've seen the last of him, because they gave him a nice send off, but it was almost the polite send off is we know you're probably going to AEW kind of thing, wasn't it? Rather than a you're gone forever kind of thing. It was a nice, respectful send off, but it didn't scream no more Edge, did it? You know. I'll be 1 second, guys. I won't be long. Just going to take a quick break for a second. There we go. I'm back. I have a visitor. Oh, he's jumped off. My cat has arrived, but he ran in. So we'll see what he does. See if he sticks around or not. Where's he gone? I've got Brawling Brutes coming out. We've lost the SmackDown thing. Let's get that back, shall we? Boom. There we go. That's better. So comments. Yeah, like Edge and Christian having one more go around or something would be good, wouldn't it? I don't know how it'd work, but if they're going to do anything, that's the thing to do, isn't it? We don't get Bailey versus Flair. Well, I gotta say, who's the babyface in that feud? Because aren't both of them heels, or have they not decided what they're doing with Charlotte yet? Just seems a bit, yeah. And I know what you mean, Sassy. It has been done before, hasn't it? So I don't know. We'll see what they do. Yeah, I've got my cat in the room with me, but I don't know if he's gonna relax. Oh, another commercial break. WWE. Could you imagine, right? If these shows had no commercials, they'd be over in 20 minutes. He's chilling on the carpet. He can be noisy. He's not happy because I locked him out. We can't let him into the main house because he'll just go and annoy Jess and wake up the dogs. So we have to keep him in here at night. He can get in and out pretty much when he wants. I wouldn't ever want to lock him outside, but if I'm doing a stream, I kind of nick this room off him. He can get in the garage as well anytime he wants. To be honest, I prefer to watch Impact, Pro Wrestling Revolver, and Defy women's wrestling. See, I haven't got the time. I've never watched Pro Wrestling Revolver. I used to watch Defy, but I just don't have the time anymore. Same with GCW. Don't have the time to watch the ones I watch: WWE, AW, Impact, Ring of Honor, NWA, MLW. Am I missing anything? New Japan. Anything else? Just don't have the time anymore. Too much work. Stuff I've got to do. Got Premier Streaming Network, love it. Yeah, it seems to be I'd love to spend more time watching Premier Streaming Network. It's so good. But again, it's finding the time to watch all the wrestling that's on there. With all the games I've got to play, for work and gym regimen, I've got to. It's so frustrating in a way that I've had to make sacrifices of, stuff I can't do. Oh, are we? The live streaming Pro Wrestling Revolver. Is Anthony and Dom doing that one, Sassy? I hadn't heard about that. If I'm around, I'll join in. I see no reason why not. During the next pay-per-view is showing, Sam. I think, Huang, it's the is it the end of October? And it's Fastlane. I think it's the end of October. We'll soon see. 8 women tournament. I do like a tournament. Here we go. There's the Optus Stadium in Australia. Is it Perth they're going to? Yes, that's it. See, that's going to be awesome. And it's so weird that it's an elimination chamber pay-per-view. Like, I don't think they've ever done an elimination chamber in a big stadium before, have they? Oh, we've had Royal Rumble, I've had the Big Four, and obviously the Money in the Bank has been a bigger deal in recent years, but elimination chamber is getting a bit of an upgrade. I figured they'd do a Super Showdown or a something special like Clash at the Castle, but and yeah, Wrestle Dream is the next one, so that's one of the new AEW pay-per-views. So I'm excited for that. I don't know how I feel about Impact doing 12 pay-per-views a year as of next year. I'm up for it, but does that include the Ring of Honor ones, or is that on top of? Because considering there's storyline overlap between the AEW and the Ring of Honor pay-per-views, is that going to be a bit of like pay-per-view bloat? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Well, the year will be this year, Wang. The month is certainly next month. I just don't know the day. In fact, I can quickly find out. Hang on. It will be on the wow. So it's in 2 weeks. Wow, the 7th of October. So 6 days after what's it called? Wrestle Dream. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. I couldn't miss another stream, but I'm exhausted again. I've had a very, very, very busy couple of weeks. And I can't wait to have 2 days off, tomorrow and Sunday. Oh my God, no one's going away from me, I promise you that. Although, in fact, I tell a lie, I will be on the stream on Sunday night because I don't think I've done a whole year hangout yet. So Sunday night, you'll see me on that. I'm going to have my day of rest tomorrow. Sunday, I'm going to smash the gym and then do this in the evening. Got Pete Dunne's doing double duty at the moment, isn't he? He did some matches on NXT this week too. Wrestling his former British strong style buddy in Tyler Bate. Oh, it was nice as well. Like, he gave him a hug after the match as well. So we're getting Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, are we? I think Gimme A Hull Yeah will be Huang streaming Fastlane. I don't know if it'll be me. It probably will be, but it depends because the problem with me doing it is it means I probably won't do the SmackDown stream before because I struggle doing 2 in a row. I just do, just physically. But if it's a Sunday, no, not no, because I've got a Deserto shift the next day on a Monday morning, so I don't want to ever anything to ever get in the way of that because that has to be the priority. So we'll see. Like if somebody else covered SmackDown, or if we didn't do SmackDown, then I could do it. I could do Fastlane on the Saturday night. So what date did they say it was? It was a 7th of October. It's a Saturday night. So if either somebody else will do it, if I do SmackDown, or I'll do it and skip SmackDown, or somebody else will do SmackDown. So we'll see. That's where we are. Because I actually really enjoy doing the live stream pay-per-views, and like Fastlane is a bit of a B pay-per-view, isn't it? So it's not like it's a Mania or anything. Oh, these yards are having insane. Oh. Look, 2 Looney Tune characters, Daffy Duck and Marvin the Martian. I think they're both brilliant. But now I can't unsee that. Theory's not happy, is he? That's what I'm saying, Juan. I don't know yet. Decision has not been made. It might be me, but then that throws into question who does SmackDown. So I don't know. Until I've spoken to the others, I don't know. I imagine somebody will be, though. Daft not to. Bear with me a minute, guys. I'm just going to go get a can of Coke for the caffeine. I'll be 1 second. I'm not even going to leave the stream. I'm just going to mute my mic. There we go. I feel like the only way I can stop yawning is if I have a can of Coke. It's not even Coke, it's like Aldi's own or something. It was like £2 for 6, so I thought, awesome, I'm doing that. Fix my hat. Oh, shall we do a poll? And a banner. Io versus Asuka hasn't been on for a while, so let's get rid of that. Theory and Grayson Waller. This is I mean, so lazy, I'm copying and pasting that, so I have to write it again. The last poll. Io only just won that poll. I'm surprised by that. I had it down to win. Golden Brutes. Poll is live. Okay. Thank you for sticking around, guys, tonight. I don't think my body can process this amount of caffeine. See, I can't unsee that now as well. Now I'm seeing Looney Tunes and Beavis and Butthead, but it kind of works. The question is, though, Sassy, which one of them is going to turn into Cornholio? And you keep your Fimmy Bangor. That cracks me up every time I see it. I know it's so immature, but it's so funny. Insult to Beavis and Butthead. See, I think they're amazing, and like they're meant to be this. You're meant to hate them. Oh, Beavis and Butthead is hilarious. Wang. Is it true they're bringing it back, Sassy? You might know. It'd be good if they are. It's so funny. I know Robot Chicken once did a sketch, which was meant to be the two of them grown up years later. There's that Virgin Atlantic ad commercial. My God, it's the worst advert ever. It's just a crap fest of faces. That's a bit mean, isn't it? Oh, so they are bringing it back. Ah, cool. I wonder if it's funnier to bring it back with them being grown up like 20 years later, Beavis and Butthead, where they both are 20 years later. I'd find that very funny if they did it right. So I'm either yawning or I'm scratching my itchy head. Nightmare. Can't get the staff. Ah, now my hat's all ski with. Oh, I imagine Sassy's seen the movie. It's got to be 20 years old, is it, Sassy, the Beavis and Butthead movie? Ah, that Coke's perked me up a bit. Drove from Texas to see LA Night. Yeah. Looks like you're going to be disappointed, mate. He's not come out yet. Surely they said The Rock's here, haven't they? And they've said, surely they'll show LA Night. I wish they'd just use Butch as a nickname, but like kind of let him be Pete Dunne. Pete Butch Dunne. You know what I mean? See, I'm surprised though Theory and Waller can coexist. But they're not going to feud, are they? Because if they were to feud, one of them would presumably have to be the de facto babyface. And let's be honest, they're not. Neither of them are cut out to be that, are they? Surely they're both got to be career heels, like the Miz. You'd think as well. One would be on Raw and one would be on SmackDown as well. So each one could have like a gobby heel. Especially now LA Knight is a babyface. Would WWE benefit from having trios titles due to factions? Like, I've often thought that they might, I've often thought that would be a good idea. But they couldn't have multiple sets. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't have one on SmackDown and one on Raw. That would just be a nightmare. Like, imagine trying to fit that in at pay-per-views. I mean, I've often thought, what if they did that in NXT, but just make it an NXT thing, Because it's the sort of thing you do see in indie promotions or in Mexican promotions. So, like AEW is living proof. Yeah. But just going wild. Across brands, yeah, that could work. And I think, I'd like if it was NXT led, but yeah, maybe more wrestlers, teams from Raw and SmackDown could challenge for it on occasion to keep it spicy. That'd be cool. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. It's all going on tonight. Oh, my God. Well, I don't think I've ever blown my nose on stream before. That's a first. Like how 1PW does it. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you look at AEW right now, they've got a bloated amount of titles. Not so much with the singles titles. I think that works quite well. You know, two decent, like, proper women's titles. You've got two up there men's titles. Then you've got the international one, which I've never felt has been that interesting, just the way they booked it. And then they've got the unofficial one, haven't they? The FTW. Now that interests me, but they've got the tags and they've got the trios. But because we see so much Ring of Honor content on AEW as well, we've got all the Ring of Honor belts to consider. So and Ring of Honor's got just as many. It's got the Ring of Honor heavyweight, the pure, the TV. Then there's the tags and the trios, and the women's as well. So I think they've really got a. I don't mind occasion like the Ring of Honor belts being defended on AEW TV and pay-per-views every now and then. But they've got to be careful. Like only the hardcores like us are going to be able to keep track of that. The casual viewers are just going to be blown away by that amount of belts. If you combine all the belts in AEW and Ring of Honor, that's a lot. I think WWE were the ones who suffered from belt bloat a few years ago. I think they've kind of cropped it down a bit now. So it's a long-winded answer, Sassy. I think they might be better off either not having it and just letting the other promotions do that. They're never going to do it under Vince. They would have done it by now because he doesn't really like tag team wrestling, does he? That was cool. But yeah, I think if it like an NXT led thing, I'd be open to it. Who should win between the Brawling Brutes? I think Theory and Austin are going to win by shenanigans. Wang. Have they won? Did I look away at the wrong time? Story of my life. Ooh, Butch Undertaker. Oh, this was awesome. What Waller did. Yeah. I wish Holland went to Raw to challenge Gunther. Yeah, I think that needs to happen, doesn't it? The problem with Ridge Holland, though, is he's a good wrestler. He's good in the ring. He looks $1 million. You know, he's clearly... This is something, you know, he's born to do. He was a rugby player beforehand. But he's not got a huge... an amazing ring presence and personality, does he? He is kind of a henchman-like figure. Like in NXT, Undisputed Era used him as a henchman, didn't they? And then he turned on them and became their worst nightmare. So that's how you should book him. But as a baby face, I think he just kind of works as like Sheamus's minion. But it would be good if he had like a plucky underdog go at Gunther, and if he came up short, they could still put on a really good, hard-hitting match, couldn't they? But, you know, two big lads like them. Wang's agreeing. Thinks that'd be a good match. Have we ever had that? Have we had that match, actually? Have we already had it? Or have I got a false memory? Could have sworn we've seen it. Yeah, they need to build him up. The thing is, like, they can build him up as he is now in a faction. But I think if he was on his own, he'd flounder. I think he's the sort of guy who needs a mouthpiece. Although I used to think that about Shayna Baszler because she's not brilliant at cutting promos. But I don't think she needs to be Shayna Baszler. I kind of like her when she's a silent assassin, like a dark avenger. And I kind of like this whole... it's a bromance, a cismance with Zoe Stark. I'm kind of into that. It's kind of got the vibes of Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly vibes to it, which is one of my favorite things on Impact at the moment. Those two, like, they spent so many weeks killing each other. They've been like, imagine if we killed people together. Awesome. Yeah, I'm the same one. I feel like there's part of me's like, have I seen that somewhere? But unless it's WWE or on NXT, it's unlikely. Someone tell me if Misfit was here, we'd know. We'll find out, I'm sure. Someone remind me on Twitter in the week, and I'll go looking. I love how Shayna Baszler's doing all the embracing all the Warhammer stuff in her work. Like, she's actually now named one of her finishing move Exterminatus, which is a reference to what the Space Marines do to a planet that's beyond saving. So I loved her SummerSlam gear. So cool. It's like two of my nerdy passions combined into one wrestler. Well done, Shayna Baszler. And I can't believe as well we met her, right, at Money in the Bank, and we didn't ask her about Warhammer because I didn't know. Oh, I would have said, sorry, Dom, I'm having this one. Talking to Shayna. I will do next time. Yeah, Huang, it was brilliant, and I can't wait to see it again on pay-per-view. It was just great. Chad Gable and Gunther are both incredible, and my God, I could watch them wrestle all day. They're proper like wrestlers, aren't they? It's so good. Old school. Ray versus Santos. Is that now? Something's got to give, done it. No, next week, is it? Charlotte versus Bailey, sassy. I'll see it again, I'm sure. So Lashley's going to murder Grayson Waller. We can all agree on the Grayson Waller effect next week. It was nice to know you, Grayson. 6 intergender matches with them was great, especially. Yeah. I think because you know me, Sassy. We've discussed this before. I sometimes intergender matches make me uncomfortable. There are reasons why, which I won't go into. Nothing to do with me or any, or anyone I'm close to ever doing anything wrong, but the concept of men ever hurting women is something that frightens me, and I know wrestling isn't real, so you can tell any story you like. So I do get that, but even simulating that sometimes makes me uncomfortable, and I realize some people will roll their eyes at me for that, but I don't know. It's I don't know if it's the way I'm brought up. I don't know what it is, but it's I don't want to say too much, but yeah, that gives me some. It reminds me of certain things. Nothing I've ever done, of course, but yeah, I just find it quite triggering. I don't know, but yeah, that particular match with Slamovich and Killer Kelly when they were just beating everybody up was absolutely awesome. And I like how they kind of became. There was almost some like psychosexual tension between them as well. Just brilliant. Yeah, Huang, and I'm quite upset about it. I'm hoping it's I'm hoping it's only temporary, or there's no. But I think he seems quite erratic sometimes, Matt Riddle. He has been in recent years, and there's like he's got so much potential as well, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. My cat's kicking off. MD Samrat, hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, fast forward indeed. There's a cat appearing on the back of my chair. Watch this. Hello, Archie. What are you doing? If Jess sees you scratching that chair, she's going to get mad. And she's going to see you now. You're on camera. I was Orton at the performance center. I think he spends a lot of time there, Wang, training. Oh, hello. Can I help you? Never worked with kids or animals. See, Archie, I missed who the Usos had put Solo and Jimmy Uso beating up because you were climbing on me. Matt needs just to focus on getting his head straight. He does, doesn't he? I know he's had some troubled times recently. Or is that P.T. Williams? But yeah, like he seems to be going through some things, doesn't he, Matt Riddle? I know he's made allegations against the TSA, or at least our TSA worker. But we'll see what's going on there. Oh, is it AJ he's done that too? Oh God. My cat is on my chest blocking me from typing. That happens sometimes. We've got two cats. This guy's a bit of a prima donna, aren't you, mate? Both brothers. He's on my knee now. As long as he doesn't jump around, he can stay there. He's getting on in years, this guy. He's 11, aren't you, mate? Yeah, so where are they going to go now? What are they doing now, I wonder? I don't know if you can hear this cat purring, but it's like a motorized engine. Don't even see him. Here he is. Oh, say hi, Archie. This is my life, by the way, isn't it, Arch? See, I'm not down with this whole Jimmy Uso just being back in the bloodline thing after he was the guy who orchestrated the whole breakup from it. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work at all. How about LA Knight and Cena versus Bloodline? Yeah. Or better yet, Rock and Cena versus the Bloodline. Oh, could you imagine? Is that what they're doing, do you reckon? Well, 15 minutes of this show left. Is that what they're doing? Did I imagine that? Or did they say The Rock is here tonight? Did I? Or am I just trying to make amends for last week? Sassy saying your cat is black too. So Archie's black and white, aren't you, mate? You've got like a white bib. Oh my God, that's a brilliant name for my next cat. I'm not wishing you gone or anything, Archie, but that's a great name. I also like the name Bastet, which is like the Egyptian goddess of cats, but apparently it sounds too much like a swear word. So there you go. Can't have that. And Jimmy and Lucas are both dislike. My cat is Prince. I want to make a Prince joke, something with Purple Rain. Nothing's coming to me, Sassy, so I don't know. Figure out a Prince joke and attribute it to me. So what's the main event now, guys? Now that's happened, or do we not know? Are they? Are we yet to learn? Come on, Rocky. No. Oh, poor AJ. Do you remember the AJ Styles John Cena feud? That was wicked. That was Jason Jonn. Some Bullet Club alumni as well. That's awesome. Oh, so he's Prince and his dad was king. That's cool. That's wicked. This is what I'm thinking, Wang. Like, what we haven't seen Roman Reigns for a little while. So, what's going on here? Because last year they suggested Jimmy's not in the bloodline at all, didn't they? Even though he thinks he is, Heyman was like, And then let's not forget Roman Reigns just essentially communicated to Jay, you're the one I want. I don't care about your brother, and I never did. So, I mean, has Jimmy got a short memory or something? I don't get it. I think this is the first big misstep that they've had. Solo doesn't look too impressed with his brother. Yeah, well, we'll see him on TV at some point soon, but I don't think we're seeing him on pay-per-view until Saudi Arabia. I could be wrong. I don't think we're seeing him at the next pay-per-view, no Payback. Oh, poor AJ. See, look at Cena. It's so surreal just having Cena stood there. You know what I mean? We've been seeing Cena on WWE TV for so long, but only now it feels surreal. Off to a local medical facility. Yeah, that could be a long con. Yeah. But I don't know if they've got the nuance to do that. You know what I mean? It feels a bit Attitude Era. It would be good though. I think the drama between Jimmy and Jay being authentic might make more sense. I don't know. I still think it's going where I fantasy booked it going. I still think that. Oh bloody hell! I still think that's what's happening. But the question is, has this derailed the Bloodline story? Because they're obviously trying to figure out stuff for the Bloodline to do before Mania. Here we go. So what now? I'm calling it Smooth the Rock team up with Cena. I think you might be right, Todd. On just an episode of SmackDown. Shivered there. On an episode of SmackDown. God, Heyman's looking a bit grey, isn't he, this week? Go on, Paul. So what do you think? Yeah, we could see Roman on screen. Something needs to happen, doesn't it? I think with Roman Reigns, I'm actually, don't get me wrong, it's great having him around, but I do kind of like that using him I think using him sparingly is the right decision. It does create some gravitas, doesn't it? Eddie Thorpe sign there in the crowd. Interesting. An NXT guy. You know that person with the sign is scared of him getting released. So they've brought that sign to be like, don't do it. Don't do it. Not that he's doing anything wrong. Of course he's not, but it's a challenging time, isn't it? Oh, that can of Coke kind of brought me back to life. But in 8 minutes when the show ends, guys, I'm going to be going quite quick because I can't tell you how badly I need my bed. I want that Fiend t-shirt that dude has. I've decided, by the way, this week, this year, I'm going to, I kind of collect WWE Christmas jumpers, and I want the Bray Wyatt one. I'm going to wear on Christmas Day this year. I'm going to wear the Bray Wyatt Christmas jumper. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it seems like the right thing to do. I've got a Finn Balor one, an AJ Styles one, and a Bullet Club one. Uh-oh. We have a Cena. Go on, Cena. Oh, wow. He's like 2007 all over again, isn't it? Oh. And we have a dead Uso. There we go. Okay, so we've got 7 minutes of the show left. Oh, he's been super kicked. But what now? If you smell what the Rock is cooking, maybe. So Anderson, so Gallows is out with an injury, isn't he? Oh, we've got someone spiked. Anderson's gone to the hospital with AJ, so it won't be any of the, the original Bullet Club guys won't be coming out to help Cena. Not the original Bullet Club guy. You know what I mean? The second iteration of Bullet Club, weren't they? Yeah, it's not going to go off the air, is it, like this? Something has to happen. I don't know if this has been one of those episodes that I'm going to watch back and watch every second of it. The Io Asuka match was definitely the match of the night, wasn't it? So this is a prolonged beat. So whoever, if anybody is coming out, why are they not coming sooner? Like The Rock turns up now. It's like, well, where have you been for the past 5 minutes, mate? Is catering that good this week? I can't get over Heyman's hair. Does he always look like that? Do you know, it'd be cool if Jey Uso came out and teamed up with Cena. I know he's on another brand though, because he wants nothing to do with his brothers. Fair now. Oh, his contract signed. Again, 4 minutes of the show to go. So Sassy saying, first match was the best. Performers, Santos and Ray. So I'm going to go with, Defo going to go with Io and Asuka, 100%. Moment of the night, I don't know, nothing really jumps out at me. I think it's a 7 out of 10 because it's not been a bad show, but it's not been earth-shatteringly brilliant either, It's certainly not been electrifying like last week. That dude there, that Fiend shirt. Do we really need to see a replay? What a weird way to go off the air. could have sworn they said The Rock would be here tonight. I must have imagined that. Because they're finishing off their couple of minutes of TV time with replays of what we've just seen. So they're both raising their hands as the bloodline again. I don't know, though. Oh, right, there you go. There's the banner. It's going off the air. What a weird... It felt like somebody should have come out and saved Cena from that prolonged beatdown, but it just never happened, did it? It was... Did that feel awkward to anybody else? I don't know. Weird finish. Changes maybe. Yeah, I'm feeling that. If we'll see. Maybe we'll wait for the inevitable reports that Vince changed it at the last minute, though, because we seem to be getting them a lot these days, don't we? Since he's been back. All right, then, guys. I'm going to wrap up quite quickly because I'm supremely exhausted and I need my bed. It feels like when I got out of bed this morning, it feels like a million years ago. It feels like, well, it was yesterday. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Dan, I believe, will be back on Monday with Raw. We will be doing a whole hangout on Sunday. Again, if you've watched this, if you want to hang out with us again, do give us a like, give us a subscribe. There's a lot more good stuff coming. But yeah, until Sunday night, where I'll be popping my head in again. And I'll be back next Friday. I don't quite know what's going on with Payback yet. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. But we'll let you know when we know, either live or on Twitter or wherever else. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and oh yeah, and all that stuff. And now, let's find a nice outro, shall we? Who's it gonna be? Let's have Gangrel.
It's Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. Hello and welcome to Gimme A Hull Yeah podcast. I hope everyone in Yorkshire and beyond is having an awesome day. Keep fanging and banging.